call some people in? Alright, otherwise. we can
Well,
just
you know,
make some
nobody's
phone calls.
showing up means nobody's really complaining, is the way I look at it.
There's a couple of people in town, if I tell them you're buying food, they'll show up, they do for every funeral, whether they know the person or not. We can get somebody here for you.
Jarvis much used to make
Yeah.
them all. Used to make them all.
Right?
Kevin Rose used to too. So I think so.
I've only got one call in on assessments, and that was, just some people wanted to know if these were actual and how it went, if they could actually pay it off, when they could actually pay it off, without getting charged any interest, and that sort of thing. I think within the first 30 days, right, from approval?
Yep, exactly, yep.
Okay. That's what I told them.
Yeah, that's a common question, just some of the logistics on how you pay for them. If you wanna pay it in full or pay it in payments, and how long can you pay for it, all that stuff, what interest rate. All that is in the notice, it's kinda legal mumbo jumbo a little bit in there, but,
What was sent out to the.
individual property owners, yep, a notice, so everyone in pink there received a mailed notice, so it looked like this thing here, which was also in the paper. And then everyone received what we call a record of assessment like this, that shows what your, annual payments would be if you were to pay it out at the minimum payments, things like that. So,
That was over 10 years, right?
it's over 10 years is what was decided on, yep. And then what I just handed out today is just a regurgitation of what you've already seen before, but the only thing I really added was down at the bottom, the asterisk, and that's the cost per foot for people's assessments, what that 16% works out to be.
Okay.
Well, that wouldn't include anything with a little bit of, stuff that Ripsaw was involved in, right?
Right, exactly, that's
That's nothing.
purely the city stuff, yep. I do have them listed here, but that's not a part of the assessments, the assessment is purely just the city part. So it'd be 16% of that 239,591. You go in the city column there.
Right here, yep.
Yep. So what we're assessing is this much, which should be 16% of that total. And then this, the Ripsaw amount, all that one was invoiced to Ripsaw, so probably already been paid for that, so.
So then that's up to them if they're gonna charge all the people or just the ones affected by it, that's
Right.
whatever they want to do.
Yep, it's up to them, yep. They
So
have
we're
a
not
whole,
involved, that's good.
they have a whole separate public hearing process if they wanna assess, so,
Are they assessing here?
no. I mean, if
I
they
didn't-
are, they're not, I'm not helping them with it, I've been helping them with the other stuff. So yeah, as was reported in the paper after the last time I was here, $14.55 a foot is what's being assessed. So this is final, this is the number. And that's the purpose of the hearing today, is for people to come in and ask questions, or if they wanted to contest the assessment, that'd be their opportunity to contest it.
Scott, and we understand it from Nicole, we are gonna look at adopting this resolution, cause I think we have to do this via resolution, right?
Yep, you could do it tonight.
Okay.
It's up
or
to
do
you.
wanna wait till it,
Or you could wait, yep, we just need to
Okay.
get
the actual resolution?
the
in place?
assessments certified to the county,
Okay,
ideally by the end of this month. So if you have enough time to do that, if staff has enough time to do that after the 24th, that's fine, but there's nothing prohibiting you from adopting them tonight. You just change the date on the resolution. So,
you actually have a resolution.
He said we're gonna use that when we
Okay.
drafted it towards, when we are, yes.
Okay.
yeah, the bottom there says adopted the 24th day of October, you just change it to the 10th.
What do you think?
Well, if we could get it, if we have to be in by the end of the month, you never know what could happen, if we have a chance to have that available to get done.
So I don't know if there's any other questions, I mean, that, when we did the feasibility report, I mean, these numbers, even with Ripsaw stuff, it's under what we had in there, so. The project is substantially complete, there's still a few punch list things we're working on. we're likely gonna have to carry this over till next year, cause there's some turf things and there isn't much time left for turf to start over. Or start when it didn't start yet, so. A lot of the turf's growing pretty well, but there's a few spots where it's just not growing for some reason, so that's our plan unless the council feels otherwise, we're gonna hold it open until next spring.
Hard, peanut,
What's that?
hard, peanut green.
Great, there you go.
Did they just re-roll that, or was that a final step? I saw them rolling it east and west.
There was a little bit of a
Ridge.
difference in the lifts,
Yeah.
like they had a little lip on there. It could potentially roll out on its own when we get some hot weather next year, you know, with traffic and stuff, but they did come through with like an infrared heating device
Yep.
to heat it up and then roll it, so.
Did it mesh in, Bob?
Yeah, I think it looks a lot better than it did.
So really the main thing is there's a few turf areas that just didn't come in, so.
Just hold that open till
Yep,
next year.
exactly, yep. So, cause really, I mean, they could reseed it and everything now, but we wouldn't know if it took till spring, and then there's the risk it may just start to come up
Freeze
and then it
out.
freezes out, so. They can maybe dormancy once it's for sure cold enough, you know, that it's not gonna germinate, but. We don't care, we want it to grow, so
Yeah.
it's a performance based spec basically. So that's all I have unless you guys have questions.
The only question I have is that do we wanna approve or adopt it tonight?
The assessments?
Yeah, because that gives 30 days for people that wanna pay off. You know, or do we wait till the 24th and give them 30 days?
Yeah, it really doesn't matter as long as it goes on next year's assessments. I think that's a good thing. It's up to you guys. If you wanna wait, we can wait till.
I don't, it doesn't bother me either way, I'm just kinda, if you had any calls from people, I mean, what
Easier
are,
to get it done, I'm gonna get it.
you know, it'd be easy
It
to
gives
ask
them
if there
more-
were some residents here, but nobody's here to say.
Give
you
them
know,
a
would
little
you
more
like it?
time if you approved it tonight, I mean, in all reality.
They would what?
It'd give them a little more time to pay it off if you did it tonight, if you waited.
Right. It has to be paid off before the assessments go into account.
Maybe we should approve it tonight and give people that chance to.
30 days is the hard rule, like the state statute rule, but.
Being we're so close to the assessment rule.
Yeah, I
turn
mean,
in.
are you gonna really charge them 10 days of interest before you certify it to the county? I assumed you weren't, but. Do you know what I'm saying? You got
Yeah.
30 days
Right.
of free interest, but.
Hey, we could use that 3 months.
No, I think it would be a good idea then that we would adopt it and approve it tonight and give them.
People have been coming in and paying.
Oh, yeah? They got their letter and then they come in and pay?
Isn't that
I was
sweet,
on
right?
Main Street.
Oh, but it's a lot less than what you have.
Oh, no.
Same thing,
Really?
16%.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a, cool.
A lot of people have to come on Main Street project. Pay it off. Well, good. Yeah, I think it went well.
Yeah, it went quick. I didn't get a single complaint throughout the process, so, I mean, that's always good.
It's usually good.
So the storm catch basins we put in, the new ones, are they, gotta recollect my mind, we run into Main Street or we run into
No,
that?
we didn't end up doing that. We put a couple of them right here.
Yeah.
And then they connect to here, which all connects back to that pond down here.
Okay, and that'll be substantial, that pond's big enough to handle it.
Realistically, we didn't catch that much water, we're just, the new street we put in, at least it's not gonna sit on that street.
Right,
Yeah, we maintained the flow on Edward, just goes where it went before. catch basins in this intersection, so.
Yeah, and there's where we have the pooling.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad spot. It was bad.
I've been through after a couple of rains and I haven't really seen,
Yeah.
other than maybe little nuisance things, but like we talked about with this whole method of just reclaiming and keeping the curbs, if there's some imperfections.
Right.
There might be some water standing, but I haven't seen much. I mean, the raining, seems pretty good bang for the buck.
Yeah. And it looks nice. It's an upgrade.
How are you?
Helps that area.
Do you have a twin? I just saw you walk through here.
Can't get back in that door.
Well, I make a motion to close the public hearing. Who's gonna come?
Don't you have to make a motion to change the date of the resolution? Not till we
At the
have
council
a
meeting.
Gotcha. Just didn't want to.
Nope.
She's got time to change
Good
it
ear.
now in between.
Good ear, good night, Linda. Gotta keep us on our toes. There was a motion to close the public hearing by Mike, and second by Mary. All those in favor, please signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Carries unanimously. Thanks for all your help on that project, Scott.
Yeah.
Bob, good job.
Yes, please, otherwise I'll be bugging you tomorrow.
Just Mary, you got eight or
Good
10?
Lord, you guys have to keep these meetings shorter.
Hey,
Or
right.
13
Oh, they
minutes.
changed. I know, I wanted
The
to
last
keep
one
the
was only
10
5.
or 8.
Which one?
I don't even, nobody talked about anything, so.
I wrote everybody in here. That'll be that.
So you're,
I don't even know what I.
you're staying here though, right, for, such a update thing or something else?
He might be there.
Yeah,